Good morning, guys. These are some big, heavy chairs to move around. Good morning. And as you can see, I am in pajamas. My red pajamas from Victoria's Secret. And that's how we can tell it's morning. But there's another way that we can tell it's morning as well. I'm always in, let me just do this right quick. I'm always drinking my coffee. And this is one of my coffee mugs from one of my fans. It says, Pinkie the Housewife. It got Pinkie all over, the housewife. And this came all the way from Florida. Yes, it did. She sent it to me. Her name is Miss Ellis. And I was so happy to get it. And she sent me other stuff as well. She sent me like a t-shirt, a keychain, beautiful long letter that she wrote up. And then also she sent me a thermos, where you keep hot and cold stuff. And let me tell you, that really works. I left some type of juice with ice overnight, just sitting. I was drinking it all that day, but that night I left it. The next morning I woke up, it was still ice and it was still cold. Thank you. I've used it all the time. Thank you, Miss Ellis. Okay, and I hope you're watching today, all right? And if you are, send me a comment so I know that you're watching. And I'll have your information about your products that you sell down in the link. Also, guys, this is going to be we're talking about love and Marriage Huntsville, okay? You know, it came on last night. Last night was Saturday. I hope you got all my little videos that I made talking about it's coming on, so you won't forget. So let me go ahead and put my disclaimer out. Everything is alleged, okay? This is my opinion only. And this video that I'm making is for educational and entertainment purposes only, all right? So I got that out of the way. And let me just, oh Lord, I tell you, this episode shows some things that we have been talking about for weeks in the past month or two, for the last couple months. So we got a chance to see some of those things play out, okay? We got a chance to see some of them play out. Yes, we did. And the first thing that played out, actually, we're gonna go ahead and go scene by scene, okay? But let me tell you, after I get through and post this, I got to do just a little snippet on that con man, that devilish Martell. So that way, because I don't think I have time in here, because I want you all to see this fool, this snake in the grass at work, okay? Not that he got a job. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about work, okay? I'm not talking about real work. I'm talking about the devil's work. That's what I'm talking about. Just my opinion. That's what I'm talking about. Coffee is good and hot, so let's get started. Okay, it started off still at the baby shower where it left off at last week. Okay, Tiffany was, while her husband, Big Lou, was out there letting the Martell and Marceau have it. His Marceau brother, Maurice, is going to step outside because he's talking about it's getting loud out there. What is he going to do? He can't even hit a fly. A fly be laying on the table. He can't even hit it. I don't know what that man can't do nothing. No more than terrorize his wife. That's all he can do. Put down his wife. That's all he's good for. I don't even want to talk about that food. He is non-important. I don't know, I just made that one up. Non-important. Okay, so let's leave that food where you at right now. But anyway, Tiffany was inside having a little problems with her pregnancy. She was saying that the producers and stuff, I guess, was trying to let her know she needs to drink some water. Maybe she's dehydrated or whatever, or let them know if she needed anything. And Messy Stormy was there beside her, checking on her. Okay, she was. And then she went to get, what's her name? Kimmy, because Kimmy is still a nurse, although she's battling cancer. She's on her radiation treatments now. So, you know, so she went to get Kimmy, and Kimmy was wondering why can't they call 911? You know, call for paramedics or something. But anyway, she said she normally would have her blood pressure cuffed and all that in the car, but she's riding with Maurice, so she don't have it with her at all times. But anyway, she was telling, and then when her husband was in there anyway, checking on her, after he left them foods outside, I don't know why. But anyway, I don't know why he didn't do a pow, pow, pow upside their head. But anyway, she was telling him that when she opens her eyes, she sees stars, okay? She sees stars when she opened her eyes. And then he asked her, was any pain? And she was saying on her left side, right, you know, if I was pregnant, it would be right there, I guess. But on her left side and everything, and she felt nausea and stuff. And they was wanted her to drink some water. And Big Lou, instead of waiting on paramedics, he ain't got time for all that, trying to just debate with producers and stuff, whether they can call somebody to come and get her, and the paramedics and stuff. So he ain't got time for that. You know, Big Lou is a no-nonsense kind of guy, ain't got time for that mess. He just grabbed up his wife, pregnant and all, and put her in the car so gently and just took off, taking her to the hospital himself. That's what a man should do. That's what a man do. Ooh, I wish my husband couldn't pick me up. My husband couldn't pick me up, and I barely weigh 100 pounds, and he can't even pick me up if he tried. Okay? Woman, let me tell you something. Don't ever marry a man that can't pick you up. Okay? If he can't pick you up, don't marry him. I should have thought about that. But I'm here, and I ain't going nowhere. Okay, but anyway, so we're gonna leave that alone, okay? Because Big Lou took care of the situation in his own way. He ain't got time to be worrying about some paramedics. So after that, and everything, then we go to Marceau. And Marceau, ooh, my Lord. When I say Marceau gets on my nerves, he gets on my last nerves. We with Marceau. Marceau is standing on a piece of land. Don't look like it says land. No, don't look like it says land at all. And don't go getting it twisted like I said it was his, because don't look like it's his. No. He ain't got no money to be owning nothing, no more than what he got. And he broke because of trying to own that, just my opinion though. But anyway, Maurice is standing on a piece of land, and he's dressed in a suit, a gray suit, and then his brother shows up too, dressed in a gray suit. And then, what's the guy's name? Gino shows up, and I guess he got his daughter with him. And then, because when Marceau shows up, he shows up he got photographers already standing waiting. He just want to document this moment to make sure, because he know he going broke, so he can say, I had it. Look, I got it right here. I had it. Yeah. That's what broke people do. Okay? But anyway, and then Tisha shows up. I'm gonna stop calling that girl Letitia. I'm just gonna call her Tisha. Okay? Call her all of that. But anyway, she shows up in a dress. What? Woman, you know you're going to a piece of land that they turning over, that they clearing out, and then you wear spike heels. That's the dumbest mess I ever heard of. You can still wear some heels. You can wear platforms or anything. Why go out there or some cute boots or something? You know, I wear my cute boots, and they're cute. Well, they're London fog boots, but they're cute, pink and black. Black boots with pink flowers and stuff all over it. Yeah, I wear my cute boots, and I still can be classy when I want to, but you're not classy, so don't go getting it twisted that I said you was classy. I said you had on some heels, but you should have had on either some platform heels or platforms so they won't go down in the soil, crazy woman, or some cute boots without the thick, without that spike heel on it. You just don't know how to dress. You trying to pretend like you got so much and trying to act like Mel so much, you don't even know how to dress in a situation that calls for it. Okay? But anyway, he just wanted to make sure that everything is documented. And then I found this kind of weird. Gino, here they taking a business picture, but he wanted his daughter to get in the picture too. Like that didn't make no sense to me. None of what the Scots do. I've been told, Gino, no, Gino, this is a business moment. You can take a picture with your daughter by yourself when we get through, but right now, this is business. You can't bring your kids and your wife and your friends all up here and take a picture with us. Okay? But anyway, let me see what Marshall had to say. He said, let me see. This is the first project that the Scots have completed in about a year. Yeah, because y'all haven't done nothing. Probably more. If you said a year, it's probably more than a year, because you know you're lying. You're just trying to make it sound good like it's a year. Okay? Just my opinion only. Because if you sound a year, it's probably more. You just trying to make it sound a little better for the fools that believe what you're saying. It's just about a year. I think it's more than a year. Because y'all haven't been doing nothing. 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 Okay? And then also, he said he got photographers there to catch the moment. Yeah, I knew that. I already said that, fool. And he wanted them to see breaking ground, and then breaking ground, and that he realized this vision that he had a long time ago and everything for the company. And this is how he wanted the company to go, and it's going by faith. Oh my Lord, why do these devilish people talk about faith? And they ain't got no faith, and when they got the devil in them, they love to talk about faith. That's how the devil works. When a person is being led by the devil and got nothing but the devil in them, everything come out of their mouth. They talking about faith in God, because they trying to make you think they're something that they're not. Holy, they're loud, and they're not, because they're going to try to make you go in the wrong direction anyway. Okay? Somebody, what did this person say? Oh Lord. They just have to wait until I get through. They just have to wait till I get through, right, guys? Okay. But anyway, he talking about he's looking for this to be positive for the company in the future. I'm going to stop looking at that because somebody's trying to contact me. So we're going to leave that alone. Okay? So I'm going to leave that alone. If I put the paper over it, I can't see it. Okay. But anyway, so next thing we go into is, we're going to go into Melanie Cherie. Yes, all praises goes up for our Mel. Yes, we're going to make sure you all say a prayer for Mel and her kids today. Today is Sunday morning. I already did my prayers this morning, and I made sure to include our wonderful, beautiful, successful Melanie and her 4 beautiful kids. All right? Oh, Lord, I tell you. Okay. So make sure, and also, Melanie got something coming up on the 17th. I should have waited, but I just can't wait to take it. It's on the 17th, June 17th. Yes, coming up soon, is her renaming. Should I say it out loud? Because we don't want those memes and those old mean pick-me-ups and those devils people. But let me just say, June 17th, she's having a renaming ceremony. And she wants to, and like she said, if you want to, you can go pull up her text, her check. If you're not important to her, you got on the wrong leg. You ain't invited, so don't be looking for an invite. She didn't say that, I said it, so you know, don't be looking for one, and don't go chasing after her, asking, like Stony, you didn't send me one. Stony, you probably not gonna get one anyway, okay? Nor Letitia, y'all just can forget it, okay? None of the Scotts brothers, y'all can forget it. She didn't say that, I said it, okay? So all of y'all, and Martell, you know you ain't getting one, okay? You ain't getting one in the first place. Nobody on your side probably gonna get one in the first place. Anyway, she said she wanted to be private and intimate, small gathering of people like her, with love in their hearts. Okay? All right. I'm just letting y'all know. But it's May 17th. She's getting her name changed back. Whew! Get that halt. Get that last name, stop with that H-O-L-T out of here. Just get it out of here. Just be gone. That's a celebration. All right? But she went to visit her attorney. Okay? Melanie went to visit her attorney in last night's scene. Okay? And when she went to visit her attorney, I'm trying to do something. Okay, she went to visit her attorney, and she went in with all hopes and high spirits, but it was a little bit sad news, because she went in to talk about, because he's been handling everything for her, everything from the beginning to the divorce, after the divorce, during the divorce, before the divorce, everything, okay? So, and then he helped her with the custody case, with the kids and everything, and so she can move, because she wanted everything to go smoothly. Basically, she wanted the kids to feel some normalization to their lives, and for them to feel like they're not the cause of anything, for them to relax and just do what they do, go to school, be kids, and have fun, and know that someone, the family, her family, loves them no matter what. I can't say that for Martell, so I ain't saying that for him, because I don't speak for the devil, okay? I just see the devil. I'm not speaking for him, okay? And this is alleged that she went to see her attorney, but it was on the show last night, and she was looking good. She had that hair looking flawless, unlike mine, because I just woke up, okay? But that hair was looking flawless. Ooh, And then she had on this little blue dress, you know, that pulls around and ties in the front. She looked it quite well, unlike Tisha in that ugly pink dress at that site that was too little for her. Tisha, you need to find some clothes that fit you a little better, girl. You trying to do one of those Martell things. Clothes too little. But anyway, she wanted to talk about the name change with her attorney and everything. And he comes out and let her know, which was upsetting, that first, he came out to tell her that one thing that you're getting, your name change is going, but let me make sure I find exactly what he said when it comes to her business. Okay, Mel did say, this is Mel, she did say that the first thing she talked about is her name change, and her name change when it comes to her business and branding. She did say when her name change, when it comes to her business and her branding, she already started moving Holt, that devil's last name, away from her business, moving it from her business. Slowly, you know, if you got Holt on a lot of your business stuff, she's been moving that off, been moving it away from her business and her branding. She don't want it to be associated with him. Ooh, Lord, because then he can't claim he had anything to do with it. Okay? But anyway, and she just do, she says she just do Melanie Cherie. She just do that. She don't do that whole. And she wanted to go back to her maiden name. She wants to go back to her maiden name. That's what she was saying. She wanted to go back to her maiden name. And which is Rogers. That's the name she had. That was her maiden name, and that's the name she wants to go back to. And she said she haven't done anything in that name since up until 2022. So it's been a while. No, wait now. 2022. Rogers, the name did everything with until 2022. Let me, it says Roger. She did everything with it until 2022. Let me strike that one and look up on that one, but she haven't used that in a while, because that's her maiden name. So let me check on that one, okay? But one thing her attorney did tell her, there's one thing in you're getting your name change is going to be a whole. One thing in getting your name changed is going to be a hole on you, getting it back. And she wanted to know what. Madam said, say what? She didn't say it like that, but she said, say what? You know how Melanie do. Say what? When they're telling me it's going to be a hole on it for. Say what? Like that. But anyway, he said there's a requirement. This is their attorney. There's a requirement that you cannot be a party. That means a person in any active court case. That means you cannot be one of the parties in an active court case. Active court case in any jurisdiction. In any jurisdiction. That means anywhere. So we are any jurisdiction in the United States. That means even if you're in Atlanta, you can't change your name if you're in a court case. Even if you're in California, you can't do it. In any jurisdiction in the United States. So that put a halt on it, and that was one thing that brought her spirits down. And that was something that being played out while we was the bloggers and the creators and the people with their different channels was talking about, but we didn't know exactly what it was. We just knew she just stopped using Hulk and started using Melanie Cherie. She just started using that last name. And we didn't know that, well, at least I did not know that she couldn't change her name legally until, I would say, about 2 months, a couple months ago. I found out that she couldn't change it because she's involved in a court case. And I thought once the custody case was over that she wouldn't have no more cases. But you know, that fool, that snake in the grass, kept bringing up cases out of the blue just to be doing something. Maybe he found out, and probably that's why, one of the reasons. But anyway, he had that foolery. Ooh, Lord. Okay, but anyway, she couldn't change her name at all until she's no longer involved in a court case, okay? In any court case in the U.S., okay? So, you know our girl. Just because she felt a little down that moment, that don't mean, no, that man was still working overtime. She was working in her head thinking, soon as there's no court case, damn, I'm gonna file right away. Damn, I'm gonna get that name changed right away, because you never know. That fool made, soon as his eyes was off of what he was doing, them devilish eyes was off of what he was doing, because he got so much mess going on. Let's change that name like now. We ain't gonna wait like now. Yeah. Okay. So, guys, sing. Ooh, Lord, I'm just so happy she's doing her name celebration change. Okay, but you know, you feel some kind of way. She felt some kind of way having her name changed from Hulk because her kids' names are still that last name, you know. But, you know, God, like she said one day in the kitchen, she was in the kitchen, you know, it was spoken to her that she needed to change her last name. And she got right on it. As soon as the word was spoken to her, she heard those words, she called her attorney right away and said she needs to change her name, her last name. Attorney said, fine, that's good, that's great. We got it, okay? But she did feel some kind of way about changing her last name. But she did say this, while she was in the attorney's office. Okay, she did say that. Martell, she said, Martell, I call it that childlike man too. But anyway, Martell been trying to control her all during the marriage, all during the divorce. He's still trying to control her. When she's meaning that is her name. Still trying to control her of what she can do and how she can do it. In reference to her last name. She said, you mean Martell tried, she said this here. She said, you mean, to the attorney, you mean Martell tried to control me when I had his last name, and he's still trying to control me when I'm trying to change my last name. She said to her attorney, Martell was trying to control her when she had his last name, and that she's trying to change her last name. He's still trying to control her. Keep bringing up these fake, phony, nonsense lawsuits against her. She said, okay, she said like, now the time is, she said right now the time is effed up, but it's the time is effed up for her to do that right now, but not for always. Not always. she's still gonna be happy. Because he ain't gonna hold her down, she's still gonna be happy. And Kay, her attorney said, I'm sure you're not. So, ooh, I can't remember what I wrote down. I've been abbreviating things and I can't remember what I. Okay. You know, I'm always looking out my windows. I'm looking out my windows. Somebody walking. Okay. Okay. But anyway, Melanie, I was surprised with even some of the things in that case being asked. She was talking to her attorney. She was surprised with some of the things in that case was being asked. And this is some of the stuff that we talked about, that was talked about and brought up on those docs. Remember those court docs? That was all the bloggers was and talking about, and the creators was talking about that they never heard such, and this is crazy, like him. She was surprised that even some of the things that was brought up in the case that was being asked, like, this is my first, like the term, even Melanie said this was her first time dealing with a custody case. She never had to deal with one before. So why is it, she wanted to know, why is this that he wanted to know her phone records. He wanted phone records. Like, she felt that that was invasive, that he wanted to know her phone records. Why he wanted to know her passwords, her passwords to all of her social media accounts, her bank statements. Well, she kind of understood the bank statement. She thinks it's because you want to make sure that you can afford to take care of the kids. Whoever get the kids want to make sure you can afford to take care of them. I think you want to know, just my opinion, he just want to know how much money she's bringing in so he can ask for child support. Remember, he wanted child support. That's what I think. He want to know how much money she got. Because that way, because he don't even take care of the kids. He don't pay for their school. He don't pay for nothing. He don't pay for nothing. Because he ain't got no money. And even if he did, he still wouldn't pay for nothing, because that's the kind of dog that he is. Ooh, sorry, Bellincourt. Thank God they can't hear me. Thank God they can't hear me. Okay? They ain't here right now, though. But they can't hear me anyway. But anyway, that's why it's so peaceful and quiet here right now. Okay? But then he want to know her passwords to all her social media accounts and all that, and who she was involved with since they've been divorced. Now that's invasive. That's intrusive. He shouldn't need to know none of that. What person she's been involved with, what person have she slept with, what person, that's not your business. That's not your business. None of this is your business. Y'all divorced, you shouldn't have to know none of that stuff. Even the attorney said he never heard of such, okay? But anyway, like the attorney said, that they rejected all of that stuff. They rejected and put a deceased on the amount of stuff that they can request to know. And Mel said she, because one of her questions they wanted to know was her passwords to social media. That's crazy. They want to know who she's been sleeping with. That's crazy. They just wanted to know stuff that they shouldn't need to know. Martell just going off the world, half cocked and half crazy. Okay? And Melanie did say, I know that you had to send him a letter in the past when he was popping up. Yes, popping up everywhere at our house, making all these excessive phone calls. Yes, her letter, her attorney did have this, and we noticed it too, that he was popping up at our house for no good reason, popping up everywhere. All these crazy excessive phone calls he was doing. That's why she had to use a burner phone and keep changing her phone numbers. She changed her phone number so many times, I think about 6 times. She changed her phone number and she had to use a burner phone whenever she had, and that's why he couldn't call her. He could only contact her through email, and that's if she read her email that day. Even if she did read it, she probably still didn't respond. You want to respond to a person like that, okay? Not me. I'll ghost you too. Anyway, they had to send that man a letter, that fool a letter to get him to stop. Okay? Now that's crazy. And then the attorney asked her, did it help? And she said, yeah, it calmed down some, but nothing really comes down with Martell. He just stops it for a little while, and then he goes right back to doing what he's been doing. Okay? Okay. But anyway, then it goes with Martell. Martell is meeting up with that suit designer that we all talked about for weeks. That Miguel Wilson. Yeah, he met up with Miguel Wilson and his wife. And they talked about, he's the celebrity suit designer, menswear design for suits for a lot of celebrities in the ATL, okay? And so Martell met up with him to talk about something. Here you go, Martell one. He is so passionate about, here you go, I'm so passionate about the way I look, the clothes that I wear, and all this here stuff. And this is something I'm good at. Because, I love to dress, and I know how to dress. Man, everybody talks about how you dress. You go out and find these suits. If they say you need a large, you go get a small. If you need an extra large, you go get a small. Probably a small then. Or extra small, the tightest one and the shortest. You go and get your pants way up here. Your pants be way up there and be tight on the leg, just like these pants around my leg, That's how you be doing. Be looking like a fool. Ain't nobody crazy. And then here, Miguel he was like a kid in the candy store. He just so happy to help some type of opportunity. That opportunity, we saw it play out, fool. We just didn't know what was behind the scenes. But we saw the behind the scenes, but we saw the play out of it. Okay? I don't think it's going to go well for you because ain't nobody going to be buying those suits. First of all, what celebrity want to walk around in a suit that's too little for them on the red carpet? You tell me that. And what celebrity want to be walking around in a pink suit, a light baby blue suit like Marceau did when they was breaking ground at in the beginning of the episode? You? Yeah, and I found that picture with you in that pink suit. What fool want to walk around with a fox laying across his shoulders? A fake fox, even if it's a fake fox laying across him. Man, don't nobody, and walking around with no socks on. Don't nobody want that. It ain't gonna prosper for you, Martell. It ain't. And then the man tells you, you need $100,000 so they can get this up and going like now. Martell, let me ask you a question. Where you gonna get $100,000? You ain't even got $100 to pay your water bill or your light bill. You can't even afford to pay rent because you don't own a house. You can't even afford that. When your lights and stuff was turned off, Mel had to pay your bill so her kids won't be sitting in the dark with you. So y'all won't be lighting candles, but I don't think you have the money to even buy candles. You may have one or two sitting around the house. Okay? But anyway, I see why you've been begging women for money. Can you get a loan? Asking these women, or you putting yourself around women that you think got some money so they can lend some to you at $100,000. You probably owe somebody $100,000. Some woman. Or unless that man took it off the top and said, he'll go ahead and start the line, but as soon as any money coming in, he taking his $100,000 plus his other portion off first before you even get anything. So I don't see how that's going to work out, because you ain't got no money. And that's going to be in D.C. too, and you got to get to D.C. Oh, I don't think that's going to work out for you, Martell. But we did see you do the line, and you looked jacked up in it. You looked like a fish out of water, because you didn't have Mel there. Because Mel was always the brains. She was the brains of every operation, everything that y'all did, every event that y'all went to. She kept you looking good. Now you look like a mess out of water. I didn't say a fish out of water. I said mess out of water. You take some mess and dump it in water and try to pick it up out of the water, it's just going to be mess out of water, yeah. Okay? And this is alleged about that Martell. But anyway. Also, then it goes on to Big Lou and Tiffany. Okay? Tiffany is at home right now. Supposed to be resting in bed, taking it easy, drinking lots of fluids and everything. I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you what I heard and what I seen on TV. And there's also alleged whether she done it or not, but from what I saw, okay, and everything. And Big Lou trying to get her to rest and stuff. And she was talking about how she was invited to D.C. to speak. Big Lou said, Big Lou putting a halt to that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, she's resting in bed and everything. The baby's fine. Everything is fine with her. She just needs to rest and everything. All right? And then Lou brought her some food and some water. But you know that woman. She put that food to the side and talking about going to D.C. But anyway, then the next scene, this is the last scene, which is the comeback group. That somebody is calling, it actually is the comeback group. From Kimmy and Melanie, they know it's called the comeback group. Okay? And Maurice knows it. Sometimes he's just afraid to say it. Martell just jumps on any boat that's flying. Okay? Because he don't know nothing about business. So he just jumps on any boat flying. And if you all did not catch this last night, Martell, every time he was getting ready to say something, he brings Melanie's names up. He kept bringing her name up. Melanie this, Melanie that. Ooh, Lord. That man, he can't see without Melanie. Okay, but anyway, everybody was showing up. Tisha and Marceau is the one that called the meeting, right? It's been a while since the first meeting. Been a while. Because nobody heard from him since that first meeting. Okay? But they call him the Black Expo. But it's the comeback group. Okay? They just changed the name and put their face on it. But using the same copy. This woman copied everything she copies. Stormy's stuff. Everything about the products and everything and how it came to be. She copies Melanie, everything Melanie do, dress from hair to clothes, everything. But those clothes don't fit right on you like they do Melanie. Melanie is tall and got a banging, beautiful body. Girl, you need to go work out something. Okay? But anyway, so they're at the, Kimmy and Maurice show up first. Then Mel shows up. And then, like, Mel asked, where's everybody? She said, and here go Kimmy. You know they called the meeting, but they're always late. You know, they supposed to be here before everybody else. Yeah, they was the last one to show up anyway. And then Kimmy said she got a lot of questions. She got a lot of questions that needs to be answered. And let me see. Oh yeah. Um, Kimmy and Melanie was talking about how Marcel wrote a letter to them talking about how he wanted to be the president of the comeback group at one point. They just laughed. It's like, that's laughable, okay? But Kimmy brought a copy of that letter. That's very, what she called a long letter. She brought a copy of that very long letter. Okay? Yes, she did. And then Kimmy, she's telling Melanie that there is something, this is the exact same stuff that they wrote and had for years as the comeback group. The same stuff that Quisha got. It's the exact same stuff that they wrote and had years ago. They wrote it and had it years ago for the comeback group. Now, Tisha took the same thing, just changed the name to try to make it look a little prettier as the Black Expo. And she didn't spell black like B-L-A-C-K Expo. She spelled it like the restaurant with the Q in it. The way they got black in the bottle spelled, the way they spell it on the building, yes, Expo. So basically they saying it's theirs. They own the rights to everything that the comeback group had. They just changed the name. Okay. That don't make no sense though, but you know, Quisha is the most copycat, copy. If you got anything, you better patent that sucker. You better make sure, you better take it to her directly and say, this is mine. Do not copy this. Or get in her DMs or send her a message or email and everything. And make sure, send her a certified letter. Do not copy this. You have to tell that woman, oh, do not copy my hairstyle. Do not copy the way I dress this week. And she'll copy everything. Shoot. If she had another child, she probably want to give the child a name starting with an M. Copy one of your kids' names. Oh my Lord. But anyway, so Timmy was telling Melanie how about that, and then also that telling Melanie about her radiation and everything, that she just started radiation. She got 6 treatments that she have to do. Let me make sure. It is 6 weeks of treatment. She started it, but it's supposed to be 6 weeks of treatments that she have to do for her radiation and everything. And then she asked me, Melanie was telling me she needs to go take a vacation. Do a Kimmy vacation. And then Kimmy tried to get, be nosy, like she always do. And I wouldn't tell Kimmy nothing. You know why? Because as soon as you tell Kimmy that, Kimmy gonna go spread it to everybody, that all those nasty gutter snipes. Gutter snipes, yes. All those other cast members, nasty gutter snipes. Okay? Because I told you, Timmy don't know what side of the fence you want to be on. But anyway, after that, let me get to the matter at hand, because this is what's going to shock you. And I'm going to have to do just a commentary on this part alone, okay? Only on this part. I'm going to do one today. But anyway, then Marceau and Martell shows up together, walking in together. Have you ever noticed, every time Marceau goes to the same place Quisha goes to, they come separately. They came separately to the baby shower. They came separately to the when they was on that land, grading that land. They came separately. When they came separately to the meeting, to the I'm gonna call it the comeback meeting, because there ain't no Black Expo meeting. They came separately to that. Big difference in time, because Marceau and Martell was 30 minutes late, and then she came much later. They must not be living in the same house. Just word on the street. They living in two different places. And you're going to hear them talk about this next Saturday episode. They should be. I think they're supposed to talk about it next Saturday. How Quisha saying that their family, they're supposed to live under one roof. Word was already out there before this even came up last night on the episode. People had already, bloggers and other people had already been speculating. Creators of content, right? They had already been speculating. And they're always right. They tell you stuff before you get a chance to see it. Yes, they do. They was right all the time. Why Quisha and Marceau be trying to hide it. Yes. You want to know something? I'll trust any blogger and content creator before I trust them. Before I trust Martell. Not Martell either. Or Marceau or Quisha. Because, you know, they just lie. They be trying to say we're lying. Why would we want to say you're lying? Our job is to report the truth. Your job is to cover up the truth, okay? But anyway, just everybody was there and everything, and Maurice showed up in a baby blue suit. Is that the same baby blue suit he showed up in at that groundbreaking? I don't know. Unless he got more than one baby blue suit. But anyway, everybody came in. Now, Kimmy gave and Melanie hugged when they came in. But after that, Melanie didn't hug none of them. She barely spoke to their butts. Because they wanted to be shady, so she was the queen. She's queen of shade. She shade them all. I don't need to speak to you. She sat there with all her knowledge and business, and I wouldn't tell them nothing. They don't know nothing. And she just was sitting there thinking to herself, these people don't know shit about business. Excuse my French. Shit. She didn't say that, but I can see it in her eyes. I'm sitting among people that, it's like you go to a doctor's convention, and everybody's doctors, and you work at the grocery store getting the baskets out of the parking lot. You'll be out of place. So that was Melanie. Melanie is the doctors, and those the people at the grocery store going out in the parking lot, picking up all the baskets, putting them together, bringing them into the store. That's the rest of them. That's Martell, Marceau, Maurice, and Kimmy, and Tisha. That's them. Okay? And she's the doctor trying to looking at them like, y'all in the wrong place. This is a doctor's convention. Y'all need to go back. This is not for that store that you work for. Okay? You need to go back to the drawing board. You need to go back. You have to go to school to be up in here. You haven't went to school. Okay, but anyway, Martell walks in and he tried to shake Melanie's hand. Melanie, ooh, it was so cool. Melanie did not shake his hand, not one bit. She didn't look his way. She just acknowledged him. She didn't smile at him and look his way. She just, hey Martell, hey. That's it. She didn't raise her hand to shake nobody. She didn't even shake Marceau's hand. She didn't shake none of them's hand, nor give them a hug. Why give these road dogs a hug. That's rolling with the devil. No, you don't get a hug from me. No. I love that, Melanie. Why acknowledge them? So she's out there with all her intelligence and business savvy. Yeah. And then when they were speaking and everything, here go my Letitia came out. The first things out of her mouth was, "We ain't gonna pay nobody." Just as mean and aggressive and unprofessional, talking about we ain't gonna pay nobody. We ain't gonna pay nobody. Okay? Melanie, she just showed her poker face. She didn't blink her eye. She didn't show no reaction whatsoever, because she knew Melanie already got in her mind what she gonna do. She just entertaining these fools, okay? Because it's part of her job just to entertain them. But that don't mean she gonna get down in the dirt and work for free after somebody had called her, said she got a black heart. And all of them, and then Martell got all of them in his devilish pack is to try to destroy her and say things about her that's not true, and all of them going along with it. You think she's gonna play ball with them, help them? No, she just entertaining y'all. And if y'all must be too foolish to know, Melanie already got your game. She's playing the game and y'all just trying to learn how to play it, okay? She ain't playing with you. She's just not letting you know. She's keeping everything close to her vest. She'll let you know when it's time. But anyway, Tisha said that she sent an email out to everybody. And she, if they had any questions or anything, or who's in and who's not, and she did not give not one response. I know Melanie wasn't going to respond to no nonsense. That's not how she rolls. The rest of them didn't send nothing. Martell didn't send nothing because he probably don't know how to word it anyway, because, you know, he's uneducated when it comes to business. And Marceau, that's your husband. Y'all just crazy as two left shoes. And Kimmy ain't jiving with it. Nor Maurice. They ain't jiving with it. So you're just left out in the pasture, just sitting waiting for an email response. Now, and then Melanie and like Melanie said, she just don't get it. She's waiting on the real reason behind all of this. She's trying to figure out, because she don't get what's going on. She just don't get what they trying to do. Not that she ain't smart enough to get it. She just trying to figure out what's behind it. That means she ain't playing ball. And she ain't trusting in nothing y'all saying. And then Tisha said, since 2018, the community has been supporting us since 2018. But she wasn't saying it like that. She was saying it with anger and hostility. Since 2018, the community has been supporting us. And we need to support them. Well, if you want to support the community, you support the community. That don't mean Melanie supports the community all the time. So I don't know what you're talking about, woman. Melanie gives back all the time. Y'all never gave back. And in fact, she supported you and your husband when y'all had nothing. She's the one that brought y'all up to where you are now. So if anything, y'all need to be supporting Melanie back after what she had done for you. You shouldn't be asking Melanie nothing. And then Kimmy had to correct you. It wasn't since 2018. Kimmy said, have a teacher speak about the comeback group. But she said, in regards into why she doesn't like the thing about the money, and she wouldn't. And she said that the comeback group been around longer than 2018. That they've been she said you meant to say 2016 because 2018 we've been around since 2016, not 2018. So Tisha, you was wrong. You don't even have the dates right. If you're gonna start anything, you at least got to know the dates, okay? Talking about you starting this new thing, this Black Expo, and you can't even get the dates right. Kimmy had to correct you on that because she said we've been together longer than 2018, and this was the same time as the comeback group was here already. Y'all made a decision that you're going to not to pay, and Kimmy did say y'all made the decision not to pay anybody except for the people, other people. You want to pay other people, but you don't want to pay us. But then you want us to give money in. And then here go Martell. Ooh, Martell jumped in just as big and bad, like he's saying something smart. He decided to throw out Melanie's name. I tell you, this man can't go a day without saying her name. You ask him a question, he's going to bring up Melanie's name. He's going to do something, he's going to bring up Melanie's name. You ask him about his baby mama, outside coleslaw, he's going to bring up Melanie's name. Okay? You can't ask this man nothing without bringing up her name. Okay? Because he's so he hates her so much because she don't want to take him back. He's been rejected so many times by her. That's why he just can't take it. So it makes him resent her because she don't want him back. A narcissistic person like him can't take rejection. So he's going to bring up her name in the meeting. I said, here go Martell. Why is it y'all not want to pay? He asked, why is it y'all don't want to pay? And Martell said, speaking once again about Melanie and for Melanie. Once again, he's speaking about her and for her. Because she haven't said a word. She just been quiet, letting everybody else, and they wasn't talking, they was yelling. Everybody want to yell. And I want to talk about that. Here go Martell. Just saying, Melanie, I'm not going to get paid. But Melanie didn't say nothing to him. He said, just saying, Melanie, I'm not going to get paid or whatever. Like, don't shut it down. Just ask her, what do you want to get paid? How much do you want to get paid? That's Martell speaking for Melanie. Talking about you can't just say to Melanie, you're not going to get paid. You need to ask her what she want to get paid. How much she want to get paid. You can't just shut it down and tell Melanie that, because I think he called Melanie an influencer. She's an influencer. She's a businesswoman. She's a speaker. So you can't tell she's a speaker about profession. Yeah. But that's not his place to say that. And then that's when my teacher started yelling. I emailed and asked her to send me her information. And nobody sent it to me. Well, just look at her. You can ask for everything you want in an email. That don't mean I'm going to reply. That's what Melanie said. That's what I'm thinking Melanie said, because Melanie didn't say that. But Melanie didn't answer none of her emails. Then here go Martell. How you going to start this meeting off saying nobody's going to get paid? End of story. That's the only thing he ever said that made sense. How you going to get this meeting started saying nobody's going to get paid? And that's the end of it. Then Martell said, Melanie almost feels like she should get paid because she is a speaker. Because that is what she do. And speakers want to get paid for what they do. So Martell is saying, Melanie almost feel like she should get paid because she's a speaker. That's what she do. And she get paid for her speaking. So how you going to tell her she's not going to get paid? Martell, that's not your business. You still speaking, trying to speak for Melanie. Melanie and you ain't together. Melanie speaks for herself. Then Marcel started yelling, doing all this hand gesture and stuff. Yeah. And then he started yelling at Melanie too. Yelling at Martell, but yelling at Melanie too. You don't do that. That's what I'm going to bring up later. He's yelling at Melanie like he did Tiffany. Something is wrong with this man. He put on the wrong color panties that morning. They must be too tight. I want to say this, and what my position is going to be, and to be clear about my position. I don't think we should get paid, and that's number one. If you don't think you should get paid, that's you. But you don't speak for everybody else. The reason you're trying to say that is because y'all ain't got no money in the first place. Talking about nobody should get paid because y'all ain't got no money to pay them. How you going to have a black expo and ask professional people, tell them, no, I'm not going to pay you. They should tell you whether they'll do it for free or not you. If they say they don't work for free, you're supposed to pay them if you want them on the panel. You don't tell somebody else that you should work for free. You should be giving back when they give back all the time. Y'all need to take that mess somewhere. I'm about through with this. Okay? Here you go, Marcel. I think all of us should donate. I think we have a responsibility to donate. Man, you don't tell people what they should do with their money. You want to donate? Donate. They may have donated months and a whole year ago. They may get ready to, they may have something on the burner that they're getting ready to do by donating. But then you're going to put down all the other things other people did to donate to the community. Because they're not doing what you want them to do. You fool, go somewhere and hide. You need to go somewhere and have them butts, thighs, and hips shaped up. How you gonna, and then you're speaking and pointing your finger and yelling at Melanie, and she haven't said a doggone thing to you, fool. I see you didn't yell at Kimmy. You didn't yell at your non-talking wife over there, your foolish, ignorant wife over there, nor Kimmy. Only person you putting your rage to is Melanie, and Melanie haven't said a darn thing to you, fool. She haven't said nothing. That was Martell doing all the talking for her. Like she told him, Melanie don't need nobody to speak for her. And I didn't like it. You yelling at her. And here my song. We also should talk about this in this kind of Black Expo. Y'all coat drive. You feeding the youth. Yeah. You talking about everything else. If we get sponsorship, if we get sponsorship money, we can contribute that money toward any of your individual endeavors. Some of that money. What he's saying is, if they get any type of sponsorship, donation or money, they can contribute or donate that money to some of their things that they're gonna have or do to help the community. You ain't got to do that. You ain't got to do nothing like that for Mel. Because first of all, everything y'all try don't work. When y'all try to sponsor stuff, it falls flat. And when Martell try to do anything, it falls flat. So y'all ain't got to do, when Melanie just put her name on stuff, it turns to gold. When Melanie call out her people, she can just make a statement about what she's gonna do. It takes off like a rocket. She touch anything for the community. It's gonna rise. Everybody gonna be there. Everybody gonna contribute. So you ain't got to donate nothing to Melanie. You ain't got to tell her what to do. You shouldn't be yelling at her in the first place. I'm the type of person, I'm like, Mel, you yell at me, I'm gonna be quiet. Okay? And then Melanie finally decides she's gonna speak up to these nonsense fools. She said, in all honesty, Tisha, you came in and went 10 toes down. You came in and went 10 toes down on it. I'm not paying nobody. Melanie said this, honestly, Tisha, you came in and went 10 toes down saying, I'm not paying nobody. That's cool. That is fine. Y'all came in with those ideas. And she said, y'all came in with those ideas. She said, that was fine. That's cool. Because it ain't bothering her one bit. Okay? And then she said, that's fine. That's cool. Y'all came up with these ideas. I do find it interesting. She do find it interesting, though. Last meeting, nobody had thought nothing or said anything about sponsorship until she brought it up. She was the one that mentioned sponsorships. It came up because she mentioned it, because y'all didn't have it even on your radar. You didn't start talking about sponsorship until she brought it up. Let's be clear, Tisha and Marceau and Maurice and the rest of you. Now the idea I presented is being used to say, she said, the idea that she brought up is now being used that's my phone ringing. I'm not going to answer it. So, excuse me, guys. It's being presented. It's being used. She said, the idea that I presented is being used to say, well, this is what we're going to do with it, and then. Y'all have brought up her idea and saying, this is what y'all going to do, and that's it. The end, okay? Then here go Marceau. Y'all ain't giving, Melanie saying, y'all ain't giving, if it's a group thing, everybody should have a say-so. But y'all used her idea that she brought up last meeting, eons ago, and now you trying to say this is what it's going to be like, and y'all ain't paying nobody, and this is what you're going to do. The end to that. No, it don't work like that for her. It may work like that for the rest of the food, but not for her. And I see Kimmy ain't jiving with it either. And then here go Marceau. We are asking for you guys for your time. For your time. Melanie's time is money. But you and your wife talks about her, been trying to drag her, trying to bully her because Martell wants you to. After y'all said all that crap during the reunion, now you asking for her time? Oh, I don't think so. Like you said, we're just asking you guys for your time. I associated anybody at this table deserves to be paid at the event as greed. Oh yeah, this is what he said. I associated anybody at this table deserves to be paid in this event is being greedy. What he's saying, you're trying to be greedy. But y'all been greedy all along. But now, if anybody has to be paid, they being greedy. Oh, you take that somewhere and dig a hole on that field, on that land with a big shovel and throw that in there. Okay? Because nobody's buying what you're saying. Because you and your wife, it's a con. It's a con already. Just my opinion only. Okay? And then Martell said, why you say greed? Because Martell, he wants to be paid. Because you know that man is broke. He wants to be paid anyway. But his idea is trying to throw Melanie under the bus, trying to say if Melanie going to get paid because she's a professional at this, then that means he got to get paid. He know what he's trying to do. Okay. And then Marceau said, because you're making money off people that supported you. That's what y'all been doing too. So if anybody can help the community, is Melanie. Melanie is the one that helped the community for years, and y'all haven't lifted a finger, but take from the community. So you can be quiet, Marcel. Teacher, we have to put our egos to the side. Oh, Lord. She came in with an ego. Her ego was late anyway. She came in with an ego, and now I'm trying to put it on somebody else. And then this was Kimmy said, she got her hands all out, speaking. You know, they've been throwing arms and hands around and yelling the whole meeting, except for Melanie sitting there cool and calm. Yes, trying to figure these fools out. Here go Kimmy. Wait, let me say this. And before she could say anything, Martell pulls off his suit jacket. He getting hot up in there. Melanie said, ego, because Tisha said, we need to put our egos to the side. Melanie said, ego? She didn't yell. She just said, ego? Like. Then here go Marcel, telling Melanie, yelling it. He wasn't telling her. He was yelling at her. You don't get to tell me what I think. What I feel is greed. Telling Melanie this. Don't feel it's greed. Hand all over the table. He's got his hand all over the table, yelling at her, telling her, you don't get to tell me what I feel and what I think is ego. But he didn't yell at nobody else, just Melanie. Melanie say one word, then he go after her. Think about that, guys. That's the same thing like he did Tiffany. Somebody needs to check Marceau. Marceau is getting to be just identical to Martell. We already knew he was no good when it comes to women, but now we really know. He's bringing out he's opening the door, letting us see everything. Okay? Thank you, Marceau. You just opened up the door. We see you. We've been seeing you, but we really see you now. Then Melanie said, nobody at this table has came to support nothing that she have done. Nothing that she have done. And then here go teacher talking about, yes, I have. Nobody. Here go Marceau. Nobody told me. She ain't got to tell you. Watch what she tell you. You're one of the you're one of the enemies. She don't tell the enemies things. And why should she ask you, Letitia? You are one of them too. And you wasn't there to support her anyway. You don't, if anything, you try to copy her or be like her. So no. And here goes Tisha. It's not fair that I had the, it's not fair. And like Melanie said, she had this 3 or 4 years ago. And nobody else was there for her. But this is it, guys. Is that a mosquito? Ooh. Okay. This is it. I even tried to help support your skincare line. So that's not fair for you to say that. You didn't try to help support nothing, Tisha. You just lied. Lie. Okay? Melanie said, try to teach her something in this moment. This is a teachable moment. Melanie told Tisha. We're not talking about, Melanie said, we're talking about sponsorship, not supporting somebody in something. We're talking about sponsorship. That's 2 different things. Oh, Lord. It's like, she didn't have nothing to say after that, because she knew Melanie had to correct her. But it's your meeting. But Melanie have to correct you and tell you the difference. Timmy said, I find that's hard to believe. Employers and owners have have a hard image that she said employers and owners have a hard image that you will be able to get money in and not get money in, but then not take a portion of it for themselves. You get money in, sponsoring something, but then you give it all away. No, they got to make something off it. They have to make a profit or do something. They're not just working out there sponsoring things and never get money into them. Some come to them and some go to whatever they're sponsoring. But Quisha wants every bit of the money to go where they can hold on to it. So when a project is needed to be sponsored or needed, then they'll dish it out. Hell to the no. I'm getting ready to wrap this up, guys. Okay? But like Kimmy said, I get the whole thing. Wanted to do the expo, she get that. Pro bono for the whole community. But I don't feel that they want to lose money doing this. Nobody no business want to lose money doing this. Because at the end of the day, this is the Black Expo. And that's black. Not like, she said, not like BLACK, Black Expo. This is Black Expo, like black, your business, Expo. That means it's yours. That means all about this business is yours. And nobody want to lose money. I'm not asking for money. I'm asking to call it what it is. She said she ain't asking for money. She's asking to call it what it is. It's their business, the Comeback Group. It was the Comeback Group initiative. That's what she want them to call it what it is. You slapped a new name. Like Kimmy said, you just slapped a new name on it and made it sound pretty, but it is still what it is. At the end of the day, the Comeback Group. Marcel, Kimmy. And then here go Maurice. I extremely agree with you, Kimmy, what you're saying. This is our idea. This was the Comeback Group's idea. Our idea. Y'all just recycling our idea. And that's it. And then it ends and saying it shows what's going to show for next week. It's not going to be pretty because they're going to pick up from next week and everything. And you're going to see some interesting things. And I'll give you a little snippet of next week's, what's supposed to show next week. But as I mentioned before, remember I mentioned before that I want to give a little snippet on Marceau, how he talked to Melanie at the, you know how Marceau talked to Melanie at that meeting. He's trying to do the same thing he did with Tiffany, but that ain't gonna work with Melanie. He's barking up the wrong tree. The wrong tree. He's going down the wrong road in the wrong tree. So I think he needs to pull it back. Pull it back, man. You ain't gonna. Melanie's people is not Big Lou. Big Lou is just a big, gentle man. He gave you a pass. Melanie people ain't gonna give you a pass when they see you yelling at her. You coming yelling at her and only her during this meeting. I got to go, guys. Thank you. Okay? And do something for me. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. Okay? And hit that thumbs up and that notification bell. All right? Go ahead and do that. Leave me a comment, but hit the subscribe button too as well. Thank you, guys, and that thumbs up.